Well, hello, welcome back. I'm Joseph. We're just doing Just Chatting with Joe here. I'm sorry in advance for the wind. I wish I could stop it. I wish I could be in better setting. I wanted to record inside, but the family's inside doing the things like we call yapaholics. They be yapping a lot, but I'm here to preach the word. And that's what I want to do. I want to talk about Jesus, honestly, today. I want to talk about the fear of the Lord and what that means. And because I think even in the beginning for me, I always wondered why would I want to fear the Lord? Why would I fear God if He's so loving, all these different things? And I kind of want to look at certain things, specifically in Proverbs, that I want to talk about. In Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 7, it says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." Now, this saying that the fear of the Lord, I have it written down here. If I go into another type of translation called Amplified Bible Translation, which basically, this translation for the Amplified Bible, it basically takes phrases, takes the sentences, takes the Bible and really amplifies the description of words, really gives way more understanding. Say if it's like a one sentence verse, it can turn it into like 3 sentences, just giving a lot more detail about what it's kind of saying. And now in the fear of the Lord for this verse, it breaks it down saying, that is worshiping Him and regarding Him as truly awesome. And then another fear of the Lord verse I found, it says, reverent awe and obedience. And so this fear of the Lord is not just necessarily fearing God, because yes, I fear God, I fear His wrath, I fear His justness in a sense, because I know where I fall short. But it's this, I'm in the fear of the Lord, so I worship Him, I give Him the glory. I see Him as the King of Kings. I see Him as the Lord of Lords. And why is that important? Because when I do that, when I see Him as when I fear Him and see Him as this all amazing being, the creator of all things, it allows me to then humble myself. It allows me to then realize, well, Lord, obviously I need You to find this true understanding. I need You to be able to do what I need to do in life and have faith in You. Because if I don't have that fear, this understanding, this worship for the Lord, I'm going to be missing out on so much of what the Lord wants me to see, because I'm going to think I know more. And this fear you gain, or this wisdom you can get from the Lord is, I found in Proverbs 2, 3 through 6, it's a lot easier to get than you realize. He says, yes, if you cry out for discernment and lift up your voice for understanding, if you seek her as silver and search for her as for hidden treasures, then you will find understanding. Then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom, from His mouth come knowledge and understanding. So it's this fact that the moment I first fear the Lord, because that's the beginning of knowledge and understanding, the moment I start worshiping Him, humbling myself before Him, and having this obedience towards Him, that's when I begin to have this wisdom that God can give me. That's when I can be able to see the things that the Lord wants me to see and not the things that I want to see. Because I fear God. I fear His wrath. I fear Him because I know how amazing He is. I fear Him because I know how perfect He is. And in this creation of perfection, I have flaws. And that's because man stepped away and brought sin into this world. We separated ourselves from God by falling to our own temptations, our own lusts, our own desires, and that's our fault. But God, being merciful and loving, and this is the fear I have for Him, because of how merciful He is. It's amazing to me, because He sent His only Son to then bring this connection back, to make it easier, to make it possible for me to find salvation in the kingdom. I'm sorry in advance because there's another sound that started. It's our AC that's running, the air conditioner running over there. But I have written down, also I wanted to bring in chapter 3, verse 7 of Proverbs. It says, do not be wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord and depart from evil. I have this in here because it comes back to that again. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of all understanding. It's the beginning of where I can find the Lord, really. It's the beginning of, wow, He is this King of Kings. He is this Lord of Lords. And so if I don't fear him, I don't have this awe about his creation, his beauty, if I don't have this obedience towards him, if I don't have this, I love awe because I see it so oftentimes in the Bible. When it comes to the fear of the Lord, in other translations, it says they have this awe before God. They're stuck in their awe for the Lord. And it's that reality that I am so amazed by God for what he's done, for what he's created, for what he connects through this Bible from the beginning to the end. There's connections throughout for the beauty that is his word, his truth. And that has allowed me to then read in a humbleness, knowing that, wow, I know he is perfect. So when I read things and see things that maybe I do not like, maybe I do not agree with, maybe, or not even that I don't agree with, but maybe I do not like because it goes against what I want, or maybe things that call me out for my sin, or maybe things that make me look as a bad person. In that humbleness, because I fear the Lord, I am able to take it. I'm able to see it. Because the reality is, I know from the beginning, I was awful. But because of the Lord and his mercy and his beauty and his perfection, I am able to see and understand why. Because he's had a perfect creation. He has a perfect design for this world. And if I couldn't have that fear of him and understand that, wow, he has created this perfect design, then I would be too ignorant and in my own pride try and go against it. Be like, well, I don't agree with that. I think this is right. I can't do that. How am I going to think I'm higher than God when I have this fear for him, when I have this understanding that, wow, you did create a perfect design, when I have that humbleness before him? And it's hard, but at the same time, it's like, to me, like, I look at this God, I look around, I see all these beautiful things on this planet, I see the trees, I see the life, I see the fish, I see the birds of the air, and I'm like, there has to be a creation to it. There has to be something bigger, and that's God. Again, I just want to say I'm sorry for all this extra noise around. I wish I had a better setting, but I really wanted to get on this topic because I really had nothing to talk about just 40 minutes ago. To open my Bible and just went to Proverbs, and this is what kind of was hitting me. This thing that stands out to me often is the fear of the Lord, because I think, especially my generation, we're like, well, why would I fear God if he is love, all these different things. And it's about having a better understanding of what to fear him is, to fear him, what it means. And I really wanted to bring that to you guys today. I really wanted to spread what I think the Lord wants me to say. So I'm done here. Please let me know what you want to hear, what you want to see. I have other content I'm going to work on, probably a Bible study video coming up soon. Other things of me being an athlete. I'm recording a bunch of vlog style stuff, but we'll see. Whatever you guys want me to do, I'll definitely try and do it. I might try and branch out and try to do more things that I think would help spread the gospel a little bit more. Because I think that's a good thing to do. Spread the gospel. I think it's the best thing to do. Yeah, message me on Instagram. You can just comment on YouTube. What do you want to see? What do you have a question for me? Whatever it may be. And yeah, I love you, and Jesus loves you.